This episode of How to Do Florida, Chad will try to fulfill a lifelong dream of landing a sailfish in the Florida Keys with longtime friend and legendary captain Richard Stanczyk.
Are you excited about catching a sailfish?
I am so excited. I can't wait.
You never know what you're going to get when you hook up Richard Stanczyk.
And then Chad will enjoy the privilege of releasing a sea turtle back into the ocean with the help of Betty Zirkelback and the Turtle Hospital in Marathon in the Florida Keys.
What are we here to do?
But that's just the tip of the peninsula.
I knew today was going to be an adventure, but nothing like this.
It's time to do Florida.
Hey, today we're showing you how to go sailfishing. Woohoo!
Awe-inspiring, adrenaline-pumping, thrill of a lifetime. Just some of the ways veteran fishermen try to describe the undescribable. Sailfish are prized for their stamina, their fighting spirit, and believe it or not, their sustainability as a unique and precious fishing resource in the waters surrounding the Florida Keys. It's Florida's official state saltwater fish, and it's one of the fastest, strongest fish in the ocean. I've come to the sport fishing capital of the world in Islamorada to test my deep sea skills against the best of the best when it comes to game fish.
This small string of islands is an epicenter for fishermen from around the world. For me, this place holds a special place in my heart. I've caught some of the biggest fish of my life here and made memories I'll never forget.
Fortunately, I've got some quality help in this quest to land my first sailfish in the form of my longtime friend and Keys fishing legend, Captain Richard Stanczyk.
There he is. How you doing, sir? Yeah.
I'm good.
Good to see you.
It's great to see you, as always.
You look good.
Good, good.
Yeah?
Yeah, not bad for 75.
For over 3 decades, Richard has been the owner and some would say spiritual leader of the iconic Bud and Mary's Marina in Islamorada. And if you're a fan of this show, you know Richard has given us some of the best fishing moments we've had on How to Do Florida. And a lot of memories for me personally, including my first bonefish.
Bonefish have a soul.
And my first swordfish, which happened to weigh a whopping 440 pounds.
This is a fish of a lifetime.
It's an absolute monster.
We're going to be fishing for the Atlantic sailfish, one of the fastest fish in the ocean. Atlantic sailfish can swim 65 miles an hour.
We'll be leaving the marina at first light.
6:30 at the dock.
Yeah, we want to leave early.
All right, sir. I will see you
Okay.
there. All right.
Fortunately, in addition to offering world-class fishing charters, Bud and Mary's also offers several accommodation options, including the houseboat I'm staying on, with all the comforts of home, not to mention a first-class ocean view. The dawn of another beautiful Florida Keys day, and Richard and I, well, we're on our way.
You know, he's never caught a sailfish, and there's no more thrilling thing in fishing, you know, than capturing your first sailfish. So we're going to get a real early start, trying to pick up some good live bait, run up to the north, and see if we can't find those fish.
You know, these guys are getting the dance floor ready. This is where the magic happens. So they're scrubbing it, they're prepping it. Everything is getting iced, live baits and live well. They're prepping this area. This is where the battle's gonna happen right here.
Joining us is a crew that collectively boasts over 100 years of Florida Keys fishing experience.
You know, I'm board to Catch 22 today. Obviously, we're going to have the boat captain. That's my brother, Captain Scott Stanczyk. He's been running the Catch 22 for about 39 years down here and probably seen somewhere in the neighborhood of 10,000 billfish in his career. So he knows what he's doing. You know, and then we're backed up with Hunter, who I think is the best mate I've ever seen in my life, and that's saying a lot because I've been around a long time.
Conditions today are not ideal. There's a hefty onshore wind blowing, and the seas are pretty rough, but we press on. And soon, we're in position for our first task of the day.
So we just got out here in the water, and step one is clearly bait. We gotta have it.
Our target bait today is ballyhoo, a prize meal for just about anything that swims in these waters.
Going to try to load up on really nice, fresh ballyhoo, maybe pick up a few cigar minnows. You know, what we refer to this as hummers, meaning they got a real good vibration.
We try a few bait catching techniques, none of which I seem to be very good at.
Chad,
Yep.
are you holding the rod right? Let me see that rod for a second.
The master just took the
I
rod.
don't know if he's holding the rod right here.
Fortunately, we have Richard's brother, Scott, captaining our boat today, a guy with 4 decades of fishing experience under his belt. Captain Scott is consistently scanning the horizon, looking for signs of bait, both below and above the water.
Hey, Chad,
Yeah,
you see that black bird right there?
yeah.
That's the bird that can find you the fish. What he's doing is he's hovering over the top of that bait school, hoping the sailfish will drive him up. So the poor bait ain't got a chance because the sailfish is coming from the bottom, the bird is coming from the top.
Another good sailfish indicator, what's called a bait shower. Schools of jumping ballyhoo, meaning sailfish might be feeding underneath.
Scott's really taking this high approach up there in the top of that tuna tower, and you know what he's actually looking for is what we call a showering school of bait. What that means is every single ballyhoo in that school is up in the air, running, trying to escape that sailfish.
Finally, Captain Scott puts us on the ballyhoo.
Here they go, here they go!
First mate Hunter deploys a hoop net to catch them.
And he's using chum to try to bring the bait in. Once the bait gets over the hoop, he lifts the hoop up and catches the bait. Never seen bait caught like that.
This method puts minimum stress on the bait, keeping them in top condition. Our experienced crew finally hits pay dirt.
So the plan right now is we just left where we're getting the bait. Captain Scott's goal is to get to where the sailfish are as quick as possible, hopefully beating a lot of these other boats there.
Now, Chad, this is the first thing that's going right. All of these boats are looking for this bait to where they'd be this thick and we could catch them like this. So maybe our luck is starting to kick in now.
Every fishing adventure I've had with Richard inevitably includes his trademark creed.
Just one bite away from being a hero.
And there it is.
That's all it takes.
Well, Richard, let's hope you're right.
Up next, we'll talk sustainability in the Florida Keys.
If we start this year, January 1st, with X number of fish, January 1st of next year, we got to have the same number.
And then it's fish on as Chad and Richard land not one, but 2 mighty sailfish.
I just was gaining line on him now. He saw the boat and he's gone again. Look at this.
You're watching How to Do Florida on the Catch 22 out of Bud Mary's Marina. Don't go away.
I'm on the hunt to catch and release my first Atlantic sailfish with Florida Keys fishing legend Richard Stanzik and his crew aboard the Catch 22.
This is what we're going to catch that sailfish on, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Time to get the bait in the water with a technique called sight fishing, which is a lot like hunting. Stealthy stalking our prey, looking for any signs they're nearby.
What we're looking for are some bait showers.
Yeah.
You know, when we find them, we're going to be casting the bait right in the center.
From the tower, Captain Scott spots a school of ballyhoo, which could potentially hold sailfish.
10 feet over here, straight back, straight back, straight
He
back.
directs Hunter where to toss the bait.
Now, 10 feet over here, a little more left, a little more left.
So we're cruising along and all of a sudden the boat stops, mate grabs the bait and they're just throwing it as far as they can. So the captain's seeing something way up in the tower.
Quickly, Captain Scott realizes there's no fish here, and we pick up and move on.
It's all calm. When they see something, man, everybody's jumping.
While we hunt our quarry, Richard gives me an idea of what to expect if and when I can land one of these amazing fish.
When we get a fish to the boat, Richard, what's going to happen?
You know, actually, Chad, today's world, you know, a caught fish is when you really grab a hold of the leader.
Okay.
And you know, with sailfish, we certainly, and that's a lot of fish, we don't want to pick them up and bring them out of the water because it'll damage their internal organs and what have you. So we're going to hope that fish stays up next to the boat so we can get his picture, and then we're going to release him unharmed, just like we found him.
Well, and this is a real sustainable fish for the Keys. I mean, people come down here, spend money down here, catch these fish, and ultimately release them, right?
Yeah, I like that word, sustainable. What that means to me is, you know what, if we start this year, January 1st, with X number of fish, January 1st of next year, we got to have the same number. Yeah, sailfish, I think we got more because of, you know, of awareness and conservation and in different methods and catch and release.
Sustainability. It's a theme you see repeated all over the Florida Keys. Today more than ever, visitors want to connect and protect the environments they live in and vacation in. One of the best examples of this is found at the Coral Restoration Foundation in Key Largo. They are dedicated to keeping the continental United States' only living reef alive and healthy.
The reef system here is immensely important for supporting life, biodiversity. Coral Restoration Foundation works to actively outplant corals onto degraded reef sites. We start in a nursery setting and then we move to a local reef. We place the corals through a process called outplanting.
One of the best things about the great work the foundation is doing is that anyone who wants to help can. It's called voluntourism,
Let's do this.
and it's changing the way the Florida Keys looks at tourism.
Most people come on a dive trip and, chase a few fish, blow some bubbles, float around underwater on the reef. But when they're joining us on a dive program, they're learning about the reef, they're learning about the importance of corals, and then they get to spend 2 dives actually having a hands-on experience.
Another sustainable resource the Keys can point to, the stone crab. These tasty little crustaceans are a delicacy revered throughout the region. So much so that they have their own contest at Keys Fishery and Marathon every year. A contest in which, well, I just couldn't pass up.
That was awesome.
But there's a serious side to that contest. Stone crabs are a $40 million industry and represent one of the more unique harvests these waters have to offer.
Stone crab is the only sustainable seafood that we really have in this country.
What does that mean?
It means we take the claws off the crab, put the crab back in the water, it grows new claws up to 4 or 5 times.
It's like a miracle. It's like a seafood
there's
miracle.
Nothing else that does that. Nothing in the world.
Back aboard the Catch-22, as the hours drag on and the tension builds, our target is proving to be elusive.
We need a break, Shad. We need a break. Here, fishy, 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 fishy.
Until suddenly,
Here they go! Here they go! Get a bait! Get a bait! Get a bait!
fish on. And not just one sailfish, we've hooked 2.
I just was gaining line on him now. He saw the boat and he's gone again. Look at this.
I'm immediately just blown away at the power and strength of this fish. I just hope I have enough line.
I'm seeing the black. This is so exciting, man.
Coming up, Chad and Richard continue their epic battles on their sailfish adventure.
We've been fighting these fish for a solid 40 minutes.
These are extreme conditions and extremely big fish. Holy cow. I need oxygen.
Hey, don't go away. You're watching How to Do Florida. We'll be right back.
We're in the waters off Isla Morada in the Florida Keys. Aboard Catch-22, where Captain Richard Stanzik and I have hooked 2 monster sailfish at the same time.
This is so exciting, man.
Chad and I are both hooked up. These are extremely large fish. You know what? One fish is going to one direction, the other fish is going the other direction. You've only got so much line on a reel.
He's walking.
We're going to try to manipulate the boat any way we can so these fish don't strip us.
We've been fighting these fish for a solid 40 minutes.
You know what? We've got about 900 yards of line on the reel, and it is melting off, and I can actually see the spool, meaning we're down to just a couple of turns here. Sometimes, Chad, we land sailfish in a minute, and these are extreme conditions and extremely big fish. Easy does it, Chad. You can only put so much pressure. You got to wait till he comes up. You're not going to pull him up. Chad and I are soaking wet because we're forced to back into these 4 to 6 foot waves. The waves themselves, the spray just coming right over the top of us.
2 fish on, 4 to 5 foot seas. We're all soaking wet, but this is fun.
This is where angling skill really comes in, because if you put too much pressure, as you know, we got 25-pound test leader on there and a very small hook, it's all over. So we're really battling the elements here.
Is this what you were expecting?
No, it's more than I was expecting.
This is more than you were expecting?
Takes me back to when I met you.
This is crazy.
This is a big pair of fish. The fish are staying down. We're into this thing for an hour already.
This battle had so many chances to go wrong. At one point, the fish had taken so much line, it was down to my last few yards.
This is when he's gonna get intense.
Give me the buoy, give me the buoy.
First mate Hunter was ready to hook my rod to a buoy to toss it overboard to save the fish.
Crazy.
I had never seen anything like this.
Oh, we're out of trap right now!
And 20 minutes later, I found myself tangled in the rope of a lobster trap.
Don't break them off! Back off on them!
Miraculously, Hunter was somehow able to swing my rod under the buoy rope and free my line.
All right, we got it!
And through all this, the fish was still on. Richard was able to bring his fish to the boat first.
Holy cow. I need oxygen.
And now it was my turn. But my fish is still not ready to give up. Finally, after battling for over an hour,
He's coming up.
I've officially caught my first Atlantic sailfish. And it's huge.
That's a big fish, Chad. That's as big full grown as they get. This is a tough sailfish for your first. Look at him still trying to tail walk, Chad. Isn't that beautiful?
I'm spent. I'm exhilarated.
Woo! That's what I'm talking about.
But mostly, I'm in awe of this beautiful sailfish. that's just given me one of the most thrilling angling experiences I've ever had.
My first Atlantic sailfish. About to release him. Sir, thank you so much. What an incredible fight. Woo! That beautiful sail. And let him go to fight another day. There you go.
You know what I feel like? I feel like a 75-year-old cage fighter that lost.
What a battle. Over an hour, sir. You delivered a saltwater adventure that I will never forget. I'm speechless. I am absolutely speechless.
Once again, my Florida Keys fishing mentor has delivered an unforgettable day on the water, not just for the sheer thrill of catching my first Atlantic sailfish, but for helping me understand and contribute to the sustainable ecosystem that keeps the waters healthy and thriving for future generations.
When we return, it's time for a release. Make that 3 releases as Chad gets to help 3 lucky sea turtles back to their ocean homes.
I can't even tell you, to see these turtles after, over a year of rehabilitation. It's just a great feeling, and it's what we're here for.
Hey, you're watching How to Do Florida. When we come back, we're going to put this turtle in the water. You don't want to miss this.
We're in the waters of Islamorada in the Florida Keys, where Captain Richard Stanzik and I have just battled for over an hour to land 2 monster Atlantic sailfish.
Take a good look at him, boy. You've caught your first sailfish. And he's a whopper.
I gotta tell you, it felt great catching that sailfish, and it felt great releasing him after our 1-hour battle.
And let him go to fight another day. There you go.
Because sharing the ocean with these magnificent creatures means caring for them as well. Not just sailfish, but everything that lives in this amazing marine environment. Something I witnessed out here and back in the Keys in Marathon, where I got to take part in a very special ceremony.
We're in the heart of the Florida Keys with Chad Crawford. He's joining us for a very special turtle release.
I am really excited where I am right now. I'm actually in the Turtle Hospital ambulance, right?
Yes.
So I'm here with Betty Zirkelback, and we're going to release 3 turtles today at Sombrero Beach. I know a lot has gone into the rehabilitation of these turtles.
I can't even tell you, to see these turtles after, over a year of rehabilitation, to be going out, it's just a great feeling, and it's what we're here for. The mission of the Turtle Hospital is every turtle that comes through our doors, our goal is to return that turtle to the wild. So these are 3 wins right here, Chad, 3 wins. Being able to return them to their ocean home and have that educational opportunity for the community, visitors to the Florida Keys, it's a great time to teach them, educate them about sea turtles, how they can help, and who doesn't love a turtle release, right?
Straight back, you're doing great.
I want to thank everybody for being out here. We have an absolutely gorgeous day. I have a surprise for you. I don't have 2, but I have 3 turtles today. So how awesome is that? We could not do what we do without you, and I really sincerely mean that. You guys are our eyes on the water, you're our support, and again, thank you for being here. I live in the Florida Keys because it's a sustainable environment. How awesome is this? 1, 2, 3, lift. Release turtles! Right to the water's edge. There you go. We recognize the importance of not just our marine animals, but our coral reef systems. It's a big deal in the Florida Keys, and that's why I'm here.
The relationship between the Turtle Hospital and FWC is an important one because we're able to be on the water, bring those turtles into the Turtle Hospital who can actually make a difference in those turtles' lives.
There you go. And they're all going to go together, I think. All right. Thank you, guys. Yay.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Thanks for being here.
After our epic double hookup, the crew switched up tactics. They used kites to present ballyhoo to the sailfish.
And the kites, I mean, what is that doing?
You've got a fish at the end, it goes to a clothespin and down to the line. It's struggling and struggling.
Okay.
It's that struggle that attracts the predator.
Okay.
And just when I was recovering from my last battle, this method yielded 2 more sailfish.
Woo, look at that beautiful fish.
This trip was an incredible opportunity to connect and protect some of the many marine species that make the Florida Keys so special.
Whoa.
tell you what, I am worn out and whipped. What an incredible saltwater adventure down here in the Florida Keys. Well, that's our show. I hope you learned something, but more importantly, I hope you feel encouraged to get out and do Florida.
Not bad for 75. I'm upright.
Yeah, you're vertical.
Yeah.
Moving, and we're moving again.
My gosh, last time in a boat with this guy, we catch a 420-pound broad-billed swordfish during the daytime. This guy's lucky.
This is where the magic happens.